Hi, how's it going? Ignore the fact that I'm French. Did you know there is a 50-minute long version of this video on my Patreon that you can watch right now? For whatever reason, movies are way harder to react to than TV shows in terms of copyright. They're way stricter. So, in order to get, any version at all onto YouTube, I have my editor chop it down. I make sure he doesn't remove the best jokes of the reaction. So don't worry, if you don't have Patreon, you're not missing out on the best content, just more of it. But if you subscribe to my Patreon for only $4.99 a month, you'll also get access to all of the other extended editions of my movie reactions, a reaction to Sky High, reactions to shows like Food Wars, Hell's Paradise, or on High School Host Club, and more, and access to my private Discord server, where you can chat with me and thousands of other members of this wonderful community. Also, the Patreon version won't have me singing over all of the songs, so if that's something you're not into, you might like the Patreon version better. Now, on with the movie. How's it going, boys, girls, and squirrels, and welcome to a video you're definitely gonna love and definitely hate the reason I'm making it. You see, I'm historically terrible at having holiday-themed videos ready on time. But this year was gonna be different. This year, I was gonna do 2 Halloween-related videos for Journal 3 and the Book of Bill. It was gonna be great. I was gonna do this awesome 2-part Halloween bonanza. I started reading Journal 3 a couple months ahead of time, and I finished reading it about a week before recording that video. That gave me about 2 weeks to read the Book of Bill, a children's book that is mostly pictures. Sounds easy enough, right? With anyone with adult-level reading comprehension skills? Unfortunately, that doesn't describe me, and it has been taking me an embarrassing amount of time to get through that book. So, I just don't think I'll have it ready in time, but I still want to do a 2-part Halloween type thing, so instead, my Journal 3 video has probably already come out, and for part 2, we're doing A Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, I have already seen this movie, but the last time I saw it was on the Disney Channel in, 2012. So my memory's a little foggy. All I really remember about this movie is that the music bangs, it's endlessly creative, and the hottest person you know loves this film. That's just how it is. You hop on any dating app and ask a hot individual what their favorite Halloween movie is, 98% of the time, this is their answer. And it makes sense why this movie is so beloved, because it's a children's movie with fucking teeth. This is probably the toothiest children's movie that has ever been made. It's scary, dude. I remember some of the monster designs in this, and they're crazy. No one would ever make this movie nowadays. Now, I know what you're thinking, Danny, what kind of Halloween bonanza is this? You're not even in a costume. That's fair, but you must have missed the part where I said I'm terrible at planning for these types of things. However, The Nightmare Before Christmas has single-handedly been keeping Hot Topic in business for the past 2 decades with its blend of whimsy and edginess. So in honor of that, I wore my edgiest outfit and brought a puppy. This is Penelope. I've had her for about 14 hours, and she is the new love of my life. Originally, I kinda wanted to do this whole reaction holding her. I do think I could pull it off. However, do I want to expose a puppy pit bull to arguably the most aggressive version of myself for 2 hours? Probably not. She is a very unaggressive dog, but boy oh boy do I not want to teach her to become one. Big yawn! Big yawn! I don't know though. I may have changed my mind again, because this is kind of spectacular. You know what, let's see how this goes. Maybe I'll do a couple of reactions with her like this, and see if she's into it. Anyway, this is A Nightmare Before Christmas.
'Twas a long time ago, longer now than it seems, in a place that perhaps you've seen in your dreams.
Does it piss anybody else off that we never got to see any of these other holiday worlds? You're telling me the opening of this movie sets up like 9 potential sequels and no studio executive wanted to jump on that? We could have gotten The Hangover before Hanukkah, or The Uncomfortable Turkey Dinner before Arbor Day, or The Sad Hand Job before Easter. The combinations are limitless. Apparently they do explore some of these other worlds in the sequel novels, but I'm a grown man with a college degree, alright? I'm not gonna buy the Long Live the Pumpkin Queen book. Fuck! Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I downloaded the sing-along version. Well, at least that'll make it easier when I inevitably have to sing over all of these songs to avoid copyright. Stop recommending me musicals. What the fuck is happening to my channel? In this town we call home, everyone hail to the pumpkin song. This song is such a weird mix between grandiose and cheap as hell. Like, I can't figure out what the budget for this movie is, because it genuinely looks really expensive. It's got so much detail, it's so well made, it's constantly pushing the boundaries of what you expect stop motion to be able to do. And the music's the same way, but at the same time, it also feels like one of those movies that like a master director could have pulled off with like $30,000, you know? Like, the horns and instruments feel so grandiose and bombastic, but then sometimes it feels like they only got one guy to do most of the voices, and sometimes it feels like they made him do multiple voices at once. It's like Skyrim, where you're like, I'm sure this is a AAA, super expensive experience, but why are there only like 9 voice actors in this entire world? I am the shadow on the moonlit night, filling your dreams to the brim with fright. I love how you get an allusion to Oogie Boogie in the very beginning of the movie. I didn't remember that at all. That's so sick. I also love their use of 2D animation. This movie gets so creative with its mediums. My least favorite thing about modern stop-motion animation is how much CGI they put in it. These movies used to be so dirty and tactile and gritty. Like, this film is all hand-painted backgrounds and like 2D animation. I love when you can like see the animator's fingerprints on the film, like metaphorically and literally. I love seeing the little micro mistakes in stop motion because it makes it feel so much more immersive and real for some reason. It makes it feel alive and impressive in a tangible way, you know? Tender lumblings everywhere, life's no fun without a good scare. Kid with no eyes? Yeah, he sucks too. The character designs in this movie are so actually frightening. If this movie's tone were 10% darker, it would be an actual horror movie. Like, they so did not hold back with this. I know stop-motion animation movies literally never turn a profit, and there's no financial reason to ever do this, but one of these days, someone's gotta make an actual stop-motion horror movie. The medium's perfect for it. There's something so unsettling about watching these real figures fucking twitch to life through a series of micro movements. I feel like we never really get that much horror animation. The best we get are like horror segments in children's animation, and when we get that, it's always awesome. Anime's got some good horror in it, but from what I've seen, a lot of it is mostly just like gore porn. I haven't seen like a really good, intense anime psychological horror, but you know, I haven't seen every fucking anime before, so maybe it is out there. Our man Jack is king of the pumpkin patch. Everyone hail to the Pumpkin King now. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. This has always fascinated me. First off, this is the coolest part of the whole movie. Feel free to click off of this video right now, because it sincerely won't get any cooler than this. The dude lights himself on fire and then does a slutty little windmill kick. Okay? It's genius. Oh, and don't act like I'm the freak here, alright? You know these ghosts and ghouls are sweating it out after seeing that little burlesque kick Jack just pulled off. But that's not the part that fascinated me. Jack Skellington wasn't like my sexual awakening or anything. I realized it started to sound like that's where I was headed. What's fascinated me is this weird little lore drop that Jack's known as the Pumpkin King. And to my memory, it never really comes up again. Like, what does that mean? Does he have political authority within Halloween Town? Does he just man the pumpkin patches on Halloween night and it's like a catchy nickname? I also just love that he's the Pumpkin King and not the Skeleton King. And I love that he's introduced wearing this pumpkin and then he's on fire and the fire's 2D. This is the fucking sickest bit of the whole film. It is the perfect sliver of a lore drop. Like, that one line had my childhood brain buzzing for years. Every Halloween, I thought of this exact scene and what it could possibly mean in, like, the greater lore of the film.
Great Halloween, everybody!
I believe it was our most horrible yet. Thank you, everyone.
Ugh, look at this bony ass hoe. That's the physique of a real man. Look, I said he wasn't my sexual awakening, alright? I was well awake when I realized Jack is a snack.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
Bone excuse me? Ooh, you're damn right. You're damn right. Osteoporosis, more like I want to osteopachoke on this. Hey there, Daddy Longlegs, why don't you give me a bite? With the slightest little effort of my ghost-like charms, I have seen grown men give out a shriek. Why does Jack sound like a German trying to hide his accent? Doesn't he? Like, obviously the YouTube version of this reaction won't have the original music, so go listen to this song, because I think it's only with this song too. But he sounds like Christoph Waltz trying to maintain an American accent. With a wave of my hand and a well-placed moan, I have swept the very bravest off their feet. Oh yeah, is that all it takes? A well-placed moan and a wave of your hand? Think I'm starting to realize why your name is Jack. Also, relax, I'll stop, I'm done. He set me up for that one. Deep inside of these bones, an emptiness began to grow. Do you think the filmmakers looked at this shot and were like, oh, this movie's gonna go real hard? Or do you think they knew before this? Like, do you think they just saw Jack's design and they were like, oh, we gotta hit. We gotta hit. This movie's already too sick to fail.
Morning, gents.
I never got that the mayor was literally Harvey Dent. That's so funny. It's so funny how this era of television loved running a two-faced mayor bit.
Jack, please, I'm only an elected official here. I can't make decisions by myself.
Oh, and it's got political commentary? What the hell's going on here? Jesus Christ, they made Nightmare Before Christmas woke now? Liberals are going back in time and they're making my movies woke now?
What is this?
Yo, please go through the St. Patrick's Day door. Please go through the St. Patrick's Day door. Jack would have a blast on St. Patrick's Day. You think snow's cool? Wait until you try a Jaeger bomb. Do 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 da 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 dee dee da da dum ba dow ba da 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 beta ba da da ba da da ba da. Look, I like taking a big chomp out of a snowball as much as the next guy, but Jack doesn't know what this is. He's never seen snow before. He's about to sing a whole song about it. What are you doing eating the stuff? You fall into a tree. You get isekai'd into a different dimension. You see the ground is covered in a bunch of cold white stuff you've never seen before. Your first reaction is to eat it? What? This would be like Santa going into Christmas Town and his first reaction is to take a big bite out of an autumn leaf. Even if it's not toxic, you're still eating shit that was on the ground. Oh, what is this? What the hell is this? Get me out of this thing! I am convinced that exposure to Christmas World by a non-Christmasonian results in instant insanity. This is a crazy reaction. stuffing yourself inside of a snowman. That could have been a guy. That could have been a living guy you just hollowed out and wore like a suit. You absolute freak of a man. Oh, this looks like fun. This looks like fun. Oh, could it be? I got my wish. What's this? Oh my, what now? The children are asleep, but look. Him scuttling into these kids' room like the bone demon that he is so funny. I know I don't need to say this, but this song bangs so hard. It's so good. It really does capture the whimsy of Christmas and the childlike wonder of discovering something wholesome for the first time. Oh yeah, Bone Daddy, work those legs. Look at those lanky This movie makes such great use of Jack's long-ass legs. Like, yeah, you're right. I do want to see Jack strut across a merry-go-round. You're absolutely correct. It's just so satisfying seeing him traverse any terrain. I just love the way he moves.
I'm not hungry. Oops.
An old man like me who hardly has strength as...
This is actually my favorite Sally moment in the entire movie. I love her anti-suspicion spoon. This is the first time you get a sense of how actually clever and cunning Sally is. Like, I really love this moment.
Oh, don't be silly.
I love how that just straight up isn't stop motion animation. It's just footage. Like, they just got a spoon and, like, put it in the liquid and filmed it.
I want to tell you about Christmas Town.
Oh, don't start singing. Don't sing. You fucking... Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to dub over this whole goddamn movie. I'm gonna be honest. There are so many more songs in this than I remember. I thought it was This Is Halloween, What's This, and then Oogie Boogie gets a song at the end. There's like a song every 45 seconds. Just a box with bright colored paper. And the whole thing's topped with a bow.
A bow? But why? How ugly? What's in it?
This is about to be the most insufferable meeting of Jack's entire life. Dude couldn't get 2 sentences out before 9 different people jumped on his ass. There's no foot inside, but there's candy. Or sometimes it's filled with small toys.
Do they bite?
Let him finish! Oh my god, this is the worst town meeting I have ever been to! The worst! We used to hear each other out. We used to be a sanctuary for foreign and unconventional ideas. We used to be a community! And now all we do is bicker and assume. Now you all know I haven't been to one of these meetings since Loretta passed. And honestly, from the performance I'm seeing here, I don't see myself ever coming back to one.
How perfectly marvelous. Curiosity killed the cat, you know.
I know.
Jack sounds like he fucking hates this guy. Yes, whatever. I'm just here to use your house. Move. I don't remember Jack ever being a scientist. This is such a strange addition to his character. It's cool. I like it a lot. It's a lot like the anti-suspicion spoon, where it just adds a lot of depth to his character that they could have gotten away with not adding. Like, he didn't necessarily need this aspect about him, but it definitely helps his character feel more three-dimensional and well-rounded, and it's definitely appreciated. This is gonna sound like such a dumb comment, but to me, that is what master-level stop-motion animation is. Watching a character interact with an object that indirectly interacts with another object makes the world feel so lived in and so immersive. Having the sewing machine move as she pulls the string makes this feel so tangible. You know, like, do you guys understand what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm doing a terrible job at explaining it. The illusion of stop-motion animation is to trick us into thinking that these aren't like little dolls that people are just moving small amounts to simulate motion. And the best way to do that is to have them interact with and affect objects in their world. Because it distracts us from thinking, oh, I can visualize the human hand moving her, and makes us instead think, oh, it's Sally moving this other thing. Fucking what? Why did that happen? Why did any of that happen? I like that it burst into flame. Like, I like the idea that Christmas shit biblically cannot live in Halloween Town. But why did it turn Christmassy to begin with? Did she manifest that?
So hard to put my bony finger on. Or perhaps it's really not as deep as I've been led to think. Am I trying much too hard?
I mean, you spent 10 minutes in a Hallmark movie and made Christmas your entire personality. It's definitely not as deep as you think it is.
And there's no reason I could find I couldn't handle Christmas time.
I bet I could improve it too, and that's exactly what I'll do. Oh, Jack. The hubris! What a fucking colonizer. Dude visits a foreign nation for half an hour, and his first thought is, you know what? I could do this place better.
I had the most terrible vision.
That's splendid.
No, it was about your Christmas. There was smoke and fire.
That's not my Christmas.
Oh my god, she's psychic? There are a lot more layers to these characters than I remember there being. I mean, she's no Walter White. These characters aren't like, beacons of emotional depth and complexity. But there's more depth than I thought there'd be. When I found out that there was a sequel book about Sally, my first thought was being like, oh, they must have completely changed her character in this, because she's an absolute blank slate in the movie. But no, I was totally wrong. There's already a ton of personality to work with here.
We got him!
Perfect. Open it up, quickly. That's not Sandy Claus.
Oh my god, what? I don't remember this at all. I can't believe the Easter Bunny's actually in this. There's such a gap in my brain between the kidnap Santa Claus scene and the scene where Jack gets shot out of the sky by the US Air Force. It feels like I'm watching the extended edition of this movie right now. Like, in my memory, this movie is 11 minutes long.
Sandy Claus, in person. What a pleasure to meet you. What? Why, you have hands.
I never realized as a kid that the point of this movie is that Jack's kind of insane. Or at least a narcissist. Like, I kind of joked about it before, but I do really like how unhinged he is. I mean, he lives in Murderville. Like, why wouldn't he be? Like, he kidnapped Santa Claus just to have him. Just because he wants to live out a weird little fantasy and has the power to do it. Like, I always grew up thinking that Jack was just this, boyish man full of wonder and whimsy, living in a place that's trying to stifle those emotions. But he's just as fucked up as the place that he's from. And that's fun. I like that a lot. I just never really, clocked the unhinged, selfish energy that Jack has. It's a lot like Sally, where now, if I do end up reading these sequel books, I'm more excited to see how they expand upon these character traits, rather than nervous about the ones that they would have to add if these characters were more boring. This shit used to make me so uncomfortable as a kid. This is not a position I ever needed to see Santa in. I never needed to see him bound and at the mercy of a hellish demon. I vividly remember being 9 years old and thinking the tortured Santa arc was a little too much. Every musical reaction, I run into one or two songs where the singing is just so good, I can't replicate it even comedically. I do love this song though. If you're gonna have a villain in your musical, this is the best archetype to make him. Boisterous, jazzy villain having a blast is my favorite type of musical villain because they're so intimidating. There's nothing more intimidating than seeing your enemy having a fucking great time at your peril. It just makes the whole situation feel so helpless. Like he's so confident that nothing could possibly go wrong, that he's gonna spend the next hour just fucking with you. I also love how subdued Oogie's character design is. You've got murderous clowns, guys with snakes for fingers, and chubby little babies with their eyes sewn shut. And yet the main antagonist of the movie, the character everyone in the film has been hyping up because he's so unhinged and so scary, is just a pillowcase full of bugs. But the fact that every character in the movie hypes him up as being the worst of the worst makes this design so cool. Because it forces your mind to make up reasons as to why he scares everybody so much. Guy with snakes for fingers? He's got snakes for fingers. No further explanation needed. Oogie arguably has the least scary character design in the entire movie, and everybody fears him. That's I've always hated the way these fucking kids look. They look like those snotty little brats from those old Kleenex commercials, don't they? I just hate looking at them. This family's never celebrating Christmas again. This family's never letting their child in any amount of distance to another adult again. I also love how this is the only movie in history where the parents openly acknowledge that Santa is an objective reality. Like, they just walk downstairs and they're like, oh, sick, your Santa gifts came. What'd you get? You know, there's no, like, maybe he is real. Like, no one's shocked about it. You know, until it turned out to be horrifying.
Reports assure us that at this moment, military units are mobilizing to stop the perpetrator of this heinous crime.
Jack, someone has to help Jack.
I love how the US military is mobilized in minutes after hearing that there's a Santa impersonator. What a call to action. And good thing too, someone's gotta put a stop to this freak.
Look, Zero! Searchlights!
Alright, I just finished making all of the demon and snake models for your movie. Are you sure this is about Christmas? Yes, I swear, this is going to be a timeless Christmas classic. Now, the only other thing I need from you is a model of an entire US military compound. Bill, I promise you I do. Fine, I'll make the base. Great, thank you. And the guns need to be able to fire. Fire at what? Santa Claus?
What have we here?
Just a stellar bit from beginning to end. Such a funny plan from Sally. And then I love Oogie Boogie, like, nudging Santa as if he's gonna be into it. As if Santa's gonna be like, oh, brother, you gotta go say something. She wants you, dog. You gotta go hit her up. And then Oogie spitting bugs into his hand and slicking back his Majin Buu antenna. Just a good bit all around from everyone involved.
They're trying to hit us! Zero!
That was the saddest looking dog. Those were the two saddest faces I've ever seen in animation. Poor Zero was just like, I don't think we're gonna make it out of this one, Jack.
You would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies lit up the world as I fell asleep.
This is insane imagery. This is so funny. Well, what the heck? I went and did my best, and by God, I really tasted something swell. That's a spirit, Jack. It's a good attitude to have. 15 seconds ago, he was singing about how someone should kill him for being such an idiot. And now he's like, oh, what the heck? I gave it the old college try, didn't I? This song goes from him being draped over an angel-shaped tombstone to like a 1920s romp about Jack's gumption and moxie.
What the? Hello, Oogie. Jack!
In the same way that everyone's inexplicably afraid of Oogie, I love that Oogie is inexplicably afraid of Jack. I love how much presence everyone's reputation has without you necessarily always seeing it. Which I know is like counterintuitive of storytelling, like that's literally tell, don't show. But it does work here.
Oh, come on! Gold man!
Oh, never mind, your reputation ain't shit, Bone Daddy! Just another absolutely phenomenal use of Jack's 9-foot-long legs. Love this Mortal Kombat-ass execution. This is such a sick finale. This ending has so many awesome set pieces, from like Oogie's weird death contraption, to the fact that he's a mess of writhing bugs, to the fact that his cloth is like ripped off of him. Like, it's a lot of really sick stuff that you don't necessarily realize is so impressive. Because you're just like, oh yeah, you know, whatever, stop motion. But once you like try some stop motion and realize how fucking hard it is, a lot of this is the filmmakers just flexing on you and making it look easy. I also love how it's implied that Oogie is just like one core bug that controls thousands of others through a sort of hive mind. One core bug that Santa absolutely fucking annihilates.
The next time you get the urge to take over someone else's holiday, I'd listen to her. She's the only one who makes any sense around this insane asylum.
I love this depiction of Santa. I love how sick of this shit he is. I love how he doesn't make up with Jack or forgive him. He's just like, get me out of this fucking hellhole. Oh, anyway, I was saying before, I run into songs that are just too good, I don't even want to replicate them. Oogie Boogie's song is that song for this movie. God, you see their gangly-ass arms overlap each other like a couple of spiders? And that was A Nightmare Before Christmas. I know it won't feel this way to you guys. This may be the longest it's ever taken me to get through a reaction. Here's a little peek behind the curtain. When I go, like, real over the top, I'll have to, like, actually take a break to let my voice and throat cool down. This recording's so fucking long. This movie's an hour and 12 minutes. It's taken me, like, 3 hours to get through this. The recording itself is about 2 hours. That's not including every time I pause it, go get a drink, take a rest. Maybe I shouldn't admit that. Maybe you guys think, like, me taking breaks from the reaction affects my reaction. I don't think it does. If anything, it makes it better because I'm able to, like, recharge a little bit. I don't know what it was about this one, but it took it out of me. But it's worth it, dude, because this movie holds up so well. It's so unique. It's so creative. It's so clever. It just bleeds passion. It's so fucking weird. I can't believe how much they don't hold back with these character designs and with, like, Jack's flaws. I like it a lot. Let me know in the comments if this is a Halloween or a Christmas movie, though, because I really have no idea. It is more Halloween-y, obviously, and you can watch it during both seasons, which I guess is like the marketing gimmick of it. But let me know when you primarily watch this movie, and let me know what other Christmas worlds you wish were explored. I mean, they picked the two most exciting ones, to be honest. I know the least about Hanukkah, and I guess the least about St. Patrick's Day, but I doubt they'd get into, like, the real origin of St. Patrick's Day. If they did, that'd be sick, though. So Hanukkah and St. Patrick's Day, I'd be the most interested to see, just because I know the least about them. Easter, I don't need to see. That bunny was not interesting. Give me the Hugh Jackman bunny from Rise of the Guardians, and then it's another story. But yeah, dude, this was awesome. Also, let me know in the comments if I should read this or not. I picked this up with the intention of reading it for October. You guys saw the beginning of this video. You know how well that's going. Let me know if this is good. Let me know if it's bad enough for it to be funny for me to talk about, or let me know if you're just vaguely interested and you want to hear me talk about a book you don't really want to put the effort into reading. That's more in line with the type of book reviews I watch. If I don't want to read a book, I'll watch someone yap about it for 2 hours. And as always, happy Halloween, and I will see you guys next time.
Is it obvious the way